What is up, y'all? It is Monday. Welcome back to another episode of More Money Mondays, y'all. And it is Juneteenth, so we are extra ready. We are extra ready, extra motivated, extra hype, extra black. Period. We are extra black today, okay? It is Juneteenth, which is a beautiful day. So you guys know that as we win our Mondays, we win our weeks, and as we win our weeks, we win our months, and as you win your months, you win your life, okay? What is up, y'all? So it's More Money Monday. I know you need this today. I need to give you this word today. We got a lot to talk about, so I want you guys to get your notebooks out, put your headphones in, make sure that you are locked into this episode because I have a word on my heart today. I definitely do. Yes, I have a word on my heart today. So we are officially at I want to say this is the 24th week of More Money Monday. And pretty much that's like 24 weeks in a row. There's been a couple Mondays that I couldn't do it because I was like sick or traveling. But we've been 24 weeks strong, y'all. Getting y'all through the week, starting it off on a Monday. Period. Comment black in the chat. Okay? Comment black and proud in the chat. And even if you are not someone who is black, still comment because shout out to black folks. We have had a long history in this country. And today we honor that. Today we honor that. Yup, big birthday coming up. What's up? Black and proud, child. Say it loud. I'm black and I'm proud. And you know what? I absolutely did teach my kids that mantra. Yes, I did. I said, if there's one thing you're going to know, it's that you're black and proud. Yes. Because, the interesting thing is my kids, they go to school and, kids, we live in Culver City, which if you're familiar with LA, is, in a more expensive part of Los Angeles. So there's not always a lot of black people in this area. So I remember my son came home, he's like, Mom, how come our skin color looks different? Like, I'm brown, but when they're reading the books in class, they call people like me black people, but my skin is not black, my skin is brown. And their skin is not white, their skin is pink. I'm like, oh, Lord. So, it was an opportunity to really educate him on, what race means in this country. And I said, listen, black is more symbolic. It doesn't mean that that's the actual color of your skin, but we embrace that. And so I taught him, say it loud. I'm black and I'm proud. Okay? Say it loud. I'm black and I'm proud. So let's get right into today. I want to talk to you guys on this More Money Monday about a couple things. I want to talk to you about leveling up in this season of your life. I want to talk to you about how you're going to level up your income, how you're going to level up your mindset, how you're overall going to level up your life, okay? How you are overall going to level up your life. And this is very important for us to go into because the one thing that I want you to pull away from this conversation, if there's anything I can say, it's I need you to be more delusional about your dreams and your goals. And the interesting thing is, I've been doing a lot of self-work. I'm always doing a lot of self-work. And this word delusional keeps coming across my way. I'm either seeing videos about it, I'm reading books about it, I'm overhearing conversations just out and about. Being delusional about your dreams. Everybody comment the word delusional in the chat. Everybody comment the word delusional in the chat. And something I realized last year was that we have to be more audacious with our goals. We have to have the audacity to believe that we can accomplish the things that we have on our list. And so I believe that the cousin of audacity is delusion. And audacity has a negative connotation, right? People are saying, oh, that person is audacious. And it's true. There are people who are audacious and rude. But I don't want you to only see audacity in a negative way, just like I don't want you to only see delusion in a negative way. You see, because when you have audacity, it means you have the complete, uninterrupted confidence and belief that you can achieve whatever it is that you believe you can. that you can do whatever it is that you believe you can do. And as an entrepreneur, or as someone who wants to get the most out of life, who wants to change their life, you absolutely need a healthy dose of audacity to get where you want to go. You absolutely need a big dose of audacity to decide, you know what, I'm going to start this business. I'm going to make more money. I'm going to get that other job. I'm going to be in these rooms. I'm going to travel. I'm going to do whatever it is. You have to have that audacity. And so, as I mentioned, audacity's cousin is delusion, right? And delusion also has a negative connotation. We believe that to be delusional means to be crazy, right? And yes, there are some people who are delusional until the point that they are crazy. But follow what I'm saying here. You also need to have a delusional quality when it comes to your dreams. I want you to believe in yourself so much that it actually does seem insane. Because if your goals don't make you think there's no way I could ever achieve that, then they're probably not big enough. And that's what I've realized. You see, we tend to imagine our life in a safe zone, right? We tend to put our goals in a safe zone that seem just big enough that we might actually be able to achieve them. Because then what happens, right? If we put a goal up here and we're like, yeah, I could probably get that, it's not far enough to where we actually end up achieving it. So in order to shift and move up your actual output, you need to increase the actual goal that you're going after. Because if you're just aiming to get, all right, let me just try to get to the top of the mountain, you're just only going to get halfway there. I need you to be delusional about your dreams. I need you to be delusional about the life that you want to live. And the question I want to ask you is, when you really think about it, why would you not be? Why would you not be more delusional about your goals, about your dreams? I tell you guys this almost every week. We only come here one time. You will only get the opportunity to do this thing called life in the shape that you're in, with the name that you have, and the life that you currently have. You will only get to come here one time. So why would you not go after it in the most delusional, audacious, crazy way? Because you're not going to get a chance to come here and try for part 2. You only have right now. You only have today. You only have this actual version in this moment here, right now, right here, right now. So as a result of that, why would you not be audaciously delusional? I like that. Audaciously delusional about your goals and about your dreams, right? I want to tell you guys, there's one thing that I like about Kanye West. Has anybody seen the documentary Yeezus? Comment yes or no in the chat if you've seen Yeezus. Was it called Yeezus? I think it was. It was on Netflix. So we're talking about leveling up. We're talking about leveling up our income, leveling up our life. I want to say one thing I do like about Kanye West. Now, yes, Kanye has his own stuff. He can be a little cuckoo, right? And a little rude. But one thing you cannot take away from Kanye West is he is audaciously delusional about his goals. And do you know why that works? Because look at what he's achieved. We can talk about Kanye and his craziness all we want, but Kanye believed a very delusional dream way back getting started in the south side of Chicago. And he had the audacity to believe in himself no matter what anybody had to say, because he realized, I'm only going to be able to do this life one time. So I'm going to go after it 100%. And you see, as a society, we tend to critique that type of delusion, that type of audacity. And yes, as I mentioned, in ways, there are times Kanye never needed to be as rude as he was. But what I want us to pull from that are the lessons. Leveling up, changing your situation, is going to require you to see a version of your life that seems unattainable. It's going to require you to expand your mind and dream of a income level, of goals, of opportunities that to the version of you right now seem completely impossible. Because as you audaciously believe that you can have that, guess what? You start taking different actions. You start believing different things. You start saying different things to yourself. You start having different conversations. And a person that audaciously believes in themselves and has delusional goals cannot be stopped. When you do not rely on the approval of other people to decide that it is your time to level up, it is your time to make more money, it is your time to start that business, when you are not relying on someone else's cosign, you are absolutely unstoppable. Somebody comment unstoppable in the chat. You are absolutely, unshakably unstoppable. Because imagine the time that all of us lose, and I'm talking about me too. Imagine the time that all of us lose waiting for permission for someone to tell us that they like our idea, that they like our business, that they like our product, that they like our resume, that they like us as a person. Imagine all the time that we wait to get that initial kind of, check of approval before we actually take action. We often wait for that, and we wait for it in the form of likes on Instagram. We wait for it in the form of a whole bunch of customers before we actually start aggressively selling our product. We wait for it in the form of being invited to certain rooms and spaces and opportunities, right? We wait for it thinking, well, until I get that validation, that's the only way I'm going to know that I can actually believe in this goal, that I can actually do it. But it doesn't work like that. I want you to realize that you're losing time waiting for that outside validation. They have nothing to do with helping you achieve your goals. God already put it all in you, and you're already valid right here, right now, today. This is why you have the complete right to be audaciously confident in yourself and completely delusional about your goals, because God already gave it all to you. So how can we be waiting for someone else's cosign who did not create us? How can you be feeling sad that you are not invited into a certain room with other people who you deem to be the ones that need to invite you for you to feel valid, when they have nothing to do with your creation? They have nothing to do with your assignment. These people have nothing to do with you. And here's what I want you to know as it relates to your business. You're waiting on your customers to validate your product. Your customers are only going to believe your product is valid when you believe it is valid. Your customers are only going to believe what you're selling is valid when you show that you believe it's valid and you show up and market it. That's the way that it works. That's the way that it works. You have to assign yourself with a stamp of approval. Go forward, and then guess what? You take notes, you make adjustments as you go. When things don't work, it doesn't mean that your level of audacity changes. It just means you pivot and you take things into consideration and say, okay, that one didn't work as well, but I still believe in myself 100%. I still believe that these goals are going to happen. I'm still completely delusional about the life that I will have, because I know if I keep taking actions, I will achieve it. I want you guys to know something. And for those of you who are newer here, right? I started this business, my consulting company, teaching women how to get funding in 2020 in the corner of my mother's living room with my phone, a $1,200 stimulus check, and a tripod that I got on Amazon. Quite literally, literally everything I'm telling you, that's what I started with. I really wish I could find a picture of the living room that I started in. I'm going to go through my camera roll and see, because I really want to just show y'all that it is not a matter of if, it is a matter of when. When you decide to get started, when you decide to be delusional, When you decide to audaciously show up for your dreams and your goals, that's when things start changing. You have to make a decision. Somebody comment in the chat, I decide today. Comment in the chat, I decide today. You have to be audaciously delusional about your goals. Y'all help me find this picture, Lord. I want to show y'all this so bad because I really need you to know it is not a matter of if you will achieve your goals. Is this it? Boom. Can everybody see my screen? This is actually bringing up so many memories for me right now because I don't think I've ever really put this on live like that. But I want you guys to look, and I'm so glad I took this picture. This was definitely 2020. I can't see the date, but this was probably January or March of 2020. So I want to give you guys some context. I used to have a 6-figure job working as director of sales. I got laid off, gave birth to twins, then got a divorce and had to move back to my mother's house. The house that I was living in with my ex at the time was a 5-bedroom home in Houston, Texas with a pool in the backyard. All of that ended and I was reduced to the corner of this living room. Do you guys see this living room? That was a closet that I bought off of Amazon so I could have a place to put my clothes. That was my bed in the corner. If you look deeply, you can see the bed in the corner. The 2 on the side, that was the cribs for the twins. And then that door at the back is the backyard. So this is the 1-room situation. You guys can see the little shoe. I mean, literally, y'all, I just need you to understand that it is not a matter of if. It is simply a matter of when. You could not have told me at the time I was in this corner of my living room to believe that I would end up having my own apartment, to believe that I would end up building a 7-figure business, to believe that I would end up inspiring hundreds of thousands, millions of people. I started in this corner with 293 followers. Today, we are at 500,000 followers. This is what I mean when I say you have to be audacious. You have to be delusional. What I have now at that point was a delusional dream. What I have now, and I'm not done yet, what I have achieved now compared to what I was and what I was dealing with in the corner of this living room that you see right here was a delusional dream. But it requires delusion to achieve success. It requires audacity to achieve success. You guys, if you scroll back all the way on my page, back to my post in 2020, you probably knew that I didn't have a cute background for my content. But would you believe I made my first $1 million in this corner right here? So I'm here to tell you, no matter what the situation is around you, no matter what your actual surroundings look like, no matter what your environment looks like, whether you're in your car or you're in the corner of your mother's living room, you have to audaciously believe in yourself. I had to have the audacity to say, you know what? Despite the fact that I'm in the corner of this living room, I'm going to give these people this information. I'm going to start this company. I'm going to teach women how to get funding. I'm going to take what I know from my job and I'm going to give it to people and create a business that matters. Would you believe that my audacity led me to making the money that I made in the corner of my mother's living room? You do not have to wait for anybody's validation to decide that you are valid. I need you to comment in the chat, I am valid. I need you to comment in the chat, I am valid. You are already valid. The level up in your income, the level up in your life is going to start today. When you decide, you don't have to wait for somebody else to tell you that you're good enough to do whatever it is that you want to do. You have to decide, you know what? I'm tired of my current situation. I'm tired of this current circumstance. I decided I was tired of making this living room my reality forever. And I decided to audaciously have a delusional dream and do something about it. To take action today. I need you to take action today, right now, in this moment, in this live that we are in right now. You have to decide that you are valid. You have to decide that you should absolutely continue to have an audacious air about yourself. It doesn't mean you're going to be rude to people, but I want you to walk with your head high, because everything that God has put you through until this moment right now has all been on assignment. In that moment when I was in my mother's living room, let me take a screenshot of this. In that moment when I was in my mother's living room, in that moment when I was in my mother's living room, I couldn't understand what the assignment was at that time. I couldn't understand what the assignment was at that time, in that moment in my mother's living room. You might be going through something and you don't understand what the assignment is right now, but I need you to know that God has a plan. Sometimes we go into our victim mentality. When things happen to us, we think that that must mean God is telling us no, he doesn't want us to do whatever it is that we have our mind on. That's not it at all. You see, God has to shape you so that you can actually support the goals and the lifestyle that you're saying that you want. Because let me make sure you understand something. The version of you that exists right now is not going to be the version that exists when you achieve all these goals that you have. The version of you that exists right now is not going to be the version of you that exists when you actually have the 7-figure bank account that you want to have. So do you recognize that in order for you to be able to sustain and support the level of blessings and lifestyle you are asking for, God needs to shape you? How can you expect to go run a marathon if you are not in shape? How can you expect to go hold this new weight if your shoulders cannot bear the pressure? So what you are going through isn't happening to you, it is happening for you. Now I realize God had to take all that away from me, put me back in the corner of my mother's living room, worse than situation I had ever been into, because he had to shape me to be able to support the weight that I currently bear. You have to allow yourself to be shaped. You have to stop playing the victim and recognize, you know what? There's something I'm supposed to gain from this here moment right now. Even despite what I'm going through, I'm going to continue to have audacious confidence in myself. I'm going to continue to delusionally dream these amazing goals that I have, and I'm going to keep having faith, because I know, and you should know, God doesn't make anything happen on accident. That's one thing I've realized. Sometimes it's hard to stomach, but you've got to know that what is happening, God doesn't have anything occurring on his earth that he doesn't have a finger on. Now, sometimes y'all do be out here making decisions and God is like, child, I done told this girl, stop doing that. But he still knows what's coming next. Sometimes we do get ourselves into situations and God is like, you know what? I done told her to stay away from that man. I done told her to stop going there. I done told her that. Yes, that happens all the time. I realize that. Because I realize with my marriage, God was like, you know what? I done told this girl to leave about 11 times. She keep having these kids with this man. When I finally got divorced, I had 4 kids. God was like, okay, so you're just going to keep doing what you want to do, basically. But even then, even when we make decisions that cause our life to look differently, God still has a plan. He still redirects you to the path you need to be on. I believe that this is what I was always meant to do. I just had a little bit of a redirection. Maybe I was meant to do this long ago, before having kids. I just had a little bit of a redirection due to my own choices. But here we are. God still aligned the path. I need you to know that here you are. God still is going to align the path. You may have dealt with some redirections due to your own choices, but God is still aligning the path. God is still telling you you're still valid. You are still great enough. You can still do this. Yes, you got a couple extra things now you got to manage. Now I'm doing it with 4 kids. But you are still valid. You are still along the path. He just has to redirect you a little bit, but everything is happening for your highest and your greatest good. You have to believe that now. This is why I tell you guys, you have to have a bit of delusion. Delusion is not a bad thing. So one activity I want you guys to do, when you get off this live, whether that's tonight or tomorrow, I want you to get a piece of paper and I want you to script out your life. And what I mean by scripting is you are going to write out your day as if it is in the version of the life that you want to have. So what I mean is, right? And you have to add feeling. I am so grateful to be waking up on my $30 million yacht. The purchase went successfully, and now this is an asset that I can pass down to me and my family. I am so excited that later I get to go tour some properties to add to our portfolio. And I'm grateful that I don't have to work, cook, or clean because I have a chef, my nanny is here, and the laundry is already done. You need to write out your day in the present tense. You need to write out your day as if you already have it. You need to write it with the energy of I have it right now. Scripting will change your life. Because God says, when you pray to me and ask for it as if you already have it. I want you to pray to me and ask for whatever you're asking for with the utmost belief that it's already yours. So when you are writing and envisioning the life that you want to have, you have to write it and envision it as if you already got it. As if you already have it. And I want you to be as detailed as possible. Now, once you write out that day, that feeling, that week, right? Whatever this looks like, now you need to go and list out, okay, what are some steps I can start taking now to get me closer to that goal? Because again, your audacity and your delusion are not bad things. Everything that you want to achieve is not a matter of if, it is a matter of when. Don't you know that all that has been created on this good green earth is yours? It's yours. It's just a matter of getting into alignment and taking the steps necessary to get you there. But it is already yours. It is already yours. It is already yours. So once you lay that out, that script, then you go ahead and write out those steps. That's going to inform the actions that you start taking today. What does that mean? That means you're going to probably have to start saving money differently. That means you're going to have to start taking action differently. That means you can't be procrastinating on your business. Because if you're scripting that your business is now paying you passively, you don't have to work anymore. Well, what do you need to do right now to make sure your business eventually gets to that place? Because a business that you don't market can't get you to a place of making money without having to do anything. So that means you're going to have to start changing your actions now. And let me tell you something. When you audaciously believe in yourself and when you're delusional about your goals, taking action is a non-negotiable. It is a non-negotiable. Okay, YouTube? Love y'all. See you in the next episode.